Creating a new program can be one of the most difficult things to do, but if you follow along field by field, it can be fairly simple. Under Program Options, we'll click Program Maintenance. It's going to bring a pop-up. We'll select the top two things: access expired programs, and allow updating of programs. Then we'll click OK. And it'll bring up a blank page. Under Session, we're going to go ahead and type in 13SP2. And then for program code, we'll do LTAQ, and we can title it whatever we want. Let's say we're doing a goldfish class, so we'll say LTAQ Gold 01. Program codes are set up so you have the center number, the department number, a short description, and then the sequence number. If I have 5 goldfish classes, they'd be 01, 02, 03, 04, and 05 at the end. So this is my first sequence of a goldfish class. From here, I'll hit Tab. It's going to pop up a prompt. It's going to say the session and program are not on file and ask me if I want to add them. Well, if I click Copy Prior, it will copy the last class that I have pulled up, which was the Adult Beginner class. I don't want to do that. But I do want to add it like it's asking me, so I'm going to go ahead and select Yes. I'm not going to copy it from an existing program, so I'm going to leave this blank and click OK. Now it's asking me for a description. My cursor's in the description box. So I'm going to type in Goldfish Adaptive Group Lessons. And it's all ages swimming. For program category, you click the lookup button and select what program it's in. This is an aquatics class, so I select the top one. Then I hit Tab again. It's going to ask me for the status. Now this status is the status of the registration. I can set it to not active, open, or if I decide I want to cancel the class later on, I'll change it to 7, 8, or 9. I'll close the class, I'll cancel the class, or I can hold it, just not let anybody register. For now, we'll go ahead and put it at open. We'll hit Tab twice. It's going to bring us to the begin date. Let's say this one needs to begin on August 10th of 2013. And it's going to end on October 10 of 2013. Late stands for late registration or late start. We're not going to have that in this class, so we're going to go ahead and skip to the next one. Expire date, you always want it to expire the last day of the month, a year later, or the last day of the last month, a year after your registration. So I'll put in 12/31/2014. I'll hit Tab one more time, and it gives me the start time. The class starts at 3 p.m. and goes until 4 p.m. For building, we'll go ahead and look it up, and you'll select your center. Then, you look up what room it is. Ours is in the swimming pool, so we're going to go ahead and select 01, which is swimming pool. We'll hit Tab, and it says Max and Min. This is the maximum number of participants or the minimum number of participants. The maximum number in Goldfish we'll say is 4, and the minimum is 2. You can put in the number that you've budgeted for, but I'm going to leave that blank. For search tags, I'll put in adaptive and swimming. This means if people search for adaptive lessons or swim lessons, this will come up. Then it's bringing me to the age box. I'll hit the lookup code here and bring in all the options for age. Since this one goes for all ages, I'll select group or all ages. Then I'll hit Tab. Now the age override, this means if you have a specific age, it will not let someone register who's older than that or younger than that. You can select to use the control setting, which is a warning only. You can select warning only, or you can select not register. I'm going to go ahead and use control setting. I'll hit Tab. I don't need to enter in grades allowed. I don't need to enter in a minimum age or maximum age because anybody can register for this class. The next thing is the price. In price, you just enter in which one it goes with. And we talked about this before with the full, limited, special, and basic. Your full member is your person who's a member of the Metropolitan Chicago YMCA's. We'll say they pay $80. And it's all going to go into the same account. You click the lookup button and it's going to bring up to search what account to go into. You'll type in your branch, your department, and click OK. And it's going to bring up all of the things that you have in that branch and that department. And if you look through this list, you should be able to find one that it works in. I'm going to go ahead and select Other, G, for group, or all ages. And it automatically fills that into all of them. The price for non-members is $160. So I tab through and enter $160 in all of these boxes. There isn't a deposit required. We're not allowing scholarship or employee benefits, so we don't need to enter those numbers in either. For registration dates, we'll say the registration begins on on July 1st of 2013. And all the registration dates will begin the same time. We'll have the registration end the last day of class. And we'll say that it only meets on Mondays. Then we get to go to the next tab. Here, we need to enter in a thrust code. And in this, we'll go ahead and select swim lessons. That's all we need to enter on this page, unless we want to show this program online. I'm not going to do that this time. Under program flags, you can review all of this, but there's no information you really need to fill out. One thing to watch is the categories allowed registration. This shows FSLB, meaning we allow full, special, limited, and basic members to register for this program. One other thing you'd like to check is allow partial payment. I don't want to allow partial payment on this, so I'm going to go ahead and change it to no. I'll click on registration or third party. Review those things. One place you'd like to check is ask email. If you want to make sure you have their email address, you can select yes. Then I'll look at the next tab. Now I don't want to allow financial aid and I don't want to allow employee benefits. So this is all okay. I just want to make sure that these aren't checked off. The other tabs don't have information that we need to worry about with setting up a general program. So we'll go back to basic information, review this one more time, and click OK.